Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Now I know I'm probably fooling some of you right now because usually when I start a vlog in the kitchen, that means we're going to do a bites and nibbles segment, but not today. Today is the beginning of my 4-day weekend, my long weekend, and I am going to start painting in this kitchen today. I've already picked out a color. I went down to Home Depot actually last weekend and picked the color that I'm going to paint the kitchen in and got the paint. So we're going to start doing this today, and that's going to be the project for this weekend. Now, as I said earlier, last weekend I went down to Home Depot and picked out the color I wanted to use, and this is the one I chose. Now, I love yellow in a kitchen. I had yellow in my kitchen in California, and I want to do it again here, but I didn't have the exact color, so I spent some time looking at paint chips, and I thought this one was pretty close to what I had. It may be slightly darker, but that's okay. It's going to be kind of close, and so I went and bought a gallon of this. I don't think I'm going to really need a whole lot of paint because in reality there isn't a whole lot of space to paint in the kitchen, and let me show you why. Now, as you can see, most of the kitchen doesn't actually have anything I'm going to paint because we have the cabinets, and there's a little bit of a bulkhead above the cabinets that we're going to paint all the way around. We got this whole wall here. We got the bulkhead above the cabinet here. We got the window going out into the backyard, a little bit of section here, a little bit of a backsplash here, which I'm obviously not going to paint. Much of this wall here. Now all of this stuff is coming down. This is all just kind of stacked there, and I want to get that all down. And then the little section above the entry into the living room area. So there isn't really a whole lot of area that needs to be painted in here. So like I said, I'm not going to need a whole lot of paint. Now, just like we've done throughout the rest of the house, the ceiling and the crown molding are going to be white, the same ultra white color that is elsewhere in the house. So a lot of this project is actually going to be tearing everything down and prep work. Now, an added complication that comes with this project this weekend is that it's going to take me 4 days probably to complete this, and I want to keep this kitchen functional. So any prep work I do, anything I do to cover up stuff, has got to be made in such a way that I can open it up and gain access to things, to get access to the refrigerator, to the microwave, to the dishwasher, to my dishes, all the stuff I need in order to feed myself, because I'm not going to starve for the next 4 days. So like I said, a lot of this is going to be prep work. Also, as I mentioned, I got to take this stuff all off the walls. These are just kind of cheap IKEA cabinets that were put up here, and they're just kind of sitting there free. One of the things I want to do when I get this thing put back together is do something with these shelves that go over the window here. These brackets they put here aren't holding everything level, and so if you actually, it's really kind of maybe hard to tell, but these shelves are kind of tipping forward a little bit, and as a result they aren't properly installed. So I think what I'm going to do when we reinstall all this is I'm going to put different brackets in here so that they'll hold the shelf that all of this is sit on at a more level and flat area so that it looks better. But that's going to be done afterwards, after I get this all torn apart. So let's start tearing this kitchen apart. All right, so I got this half of the room all taken apart. Yeah, when I got up here and saw how this shelf was attached, it is no surprise whatsoever that it was sagging. So we're going to completely redesign that and figure out a better way of doing it. But it became clear why it wasn't hanging right, and they did all sorts of like cheesy things, like little L brackets attached here, trying to hold it and keep it level, and it just wasn't doing a good job. So it also appears that they recently repainted in here, and so this kind of light green, mint green color used to have an even uglier color. Can you imagine that being the color of your kitchen? Yikes. So got a little dirt and cobwebs and stuff like that to pull off the walls, and we'll get that all done. I've also selected some of the holes that I'm going to patch and some of the ones I'm going to keep. I think since these are the holes here for the shelf brackets that we're holding the shelf up, I'm probably going to patch those up, and we'll just do something different on both ends here too. So we will cross that bridge when we get to it. And I also discovered I have another outlet that I didn't even know was in here, so I don't know if I'll actually ever do anything with that, but it's good to know there's another one in here. Alright, so a little bit more time has passed. I've kind of gone all around the kitchen now, got most everything off the wall, pulled all the face plates off, and I've actually kind of made a little bit of a decision. Several of the face plates were like this, as opposed to the standard white faceplate like this. Now, the kind of brown faceplates, they look good when they're on the backsplash like this, but they aren't necessarily as nice when they're on the wall. So I think I'm going to replace the faceplates with the standard white ones. I think it'll look a little sharper. There was also an outlet faceplate over here that was like that, and I'm going to replace those with the white ones. I think it'll look better. There was also something weird over here. This one was unusual because for some reason they decided they didn't want to have any screws visible on this one. So they got this thing called a screwless faceplate, which doesn't really do anything for me as far as I'm concerned. It just kind of snaps on. You screw this piece on, and then the faceplate snaps over the top of it. You know, that's the only place in the house they've done that is with this one. And I knew this one was weird because there's no screws to replace this one or to remove this. I was trying to figure out how you get it off. Well, it just snaps on. I don't think I'm going to put that one back on. I think I'm going to put a regular faceplate on. There's no reason for it to be different in this one outlet from anywhere else in the house. I've also taken the doors off here because we're going to repaint the trim all the way around here. And I think I'll probably even eventually paint these doors here again because they're kind of an off-white color, and I want to kind of get everything kind of brighter. It's a little dull in this room, you know, what with the off-white on the cabinets and this kind of boring green, lime green color here. I want it to be sharper and brighter in here, and so the way you do that is with more white. So, you know, with light colors. So, like I said, the ceiling and the crown molding is going to be the ultra white, like I've done everywhere else in the house. And then the doors and the doors will be the ultra white also. And then this will be the green color. And I think this is going to look really nice when it's done. I still got to take the lights off the ceiling, and we'll do that. I've already taken the registers off of the ceiling for the air conditioning HVAC system. But other than that, I think we're getting pretty close to having everything pretty ready to go here. Like I said, I'm going to try and maybe tape up at least some of this tonight. I don't want to tape up too much of it because, like I said, I got to keep this kitchen functional, but I got to also protect everything. So that's going to be interesting to do that. I think I'm going to probably use like the plastic wrap, and we'll, you know, do tape across the top line all the way around here, and then tape the plastic, and then I can kind of just pull the plastic up and get out the stuff in the cabinets. But that's what I'm going to do next. All right, it's a couple hours later. I actually just spent about an hour talking to my mom on the phone, kind of figuring out what she's going on, what's going on in her world. She had a good week this week because she had a lot of visitors. It was my niece's birthday, so my niece was home from college and spent the day with my mom. Also, some of my mom's old friends came and visited her, and so that was good. I think a lot of the issues that my mom's been having for the last few weeks or so have to do with just the fact that she's been under stress because of so many things that have gone on in the last year and a half, between selling the house that she's lived in for most of her life, to losing my dad, to moving into an apartment, to getting locked into that apartment for 6 months, to selling off almost after everything she's ever owned. It's just been a weird year and a half for her. So I spent a lot of time talking to her, and I think she's doing better, and I'm glad to hear that. And I know she watches the videos and reads your comments, so if you feel like saying something to her, just put something in the comments and tell her that let her know that you're still thinking about her. But anyway, like I said, I spent some time, got the lights off the wall, got some paper up on the windows here. We got to do a little bit more because I need to cover up this window. I need to cover up this window. Having to use kind of an artificial light source right now in here because all the lights are off the ceiling. But I think we'll come back tomorrow and we will pick this up and continue on with the process, continue masking everything up, get some paper on the floor, and hopefully maybe tomorrow we can start painting in here. So I think that's all that I have for tonight. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.